TVB Digital Fast.
Voter registration lists are now on display in constituencies across Myanmar. But few people are checking them, even after the Union Election Commission or UEC put them on display. In Naypyidaw alone, over 10,000 discrepancies across 8 townships have been reported. In Yangon, residents say the lists are filled with errors, including names of the dead.
What's happening now, in many wards of Chowdhury Township, is that deceased people are on the voter list. The names of dead people are included, but the names of most living residents are not. There are names of those who have moved away included. These families are still listed. There are also duplicate names with duplicate ID numbers. It seems like this was done intentionally. It's like they just did it carelessly. If someone comes to complain, we'll fix it. If no one complains, we'll just leave it as is. That's the attitude.
Even some political parties say they cannot find their own members on the voter list.
Even the candidates themselves are not on the list. In many cases, even if their name is included, the information is wrong. Your name is there, but your father's name is wrong, or the ID card number is wrong, or the address is wrong. This is happening to so many people. They should re-examine and redo the list properly.
Despite these irregularities, the UEC has declared all 28 townships in Mandalay region as constituencies, even in areas of conflict between regime and resistant forces. In Karenni State, where the first phase of the election is scheduled to begin on December 28th. Residents say they are being pressured to return home to vote. Regime authorities in Karenni have warned residents that if homes are empty, they will be sealed off. Many families stay in camps for displaced people and are too scared to return home.
Even in our own ward, we have to live silently with our heads down. We were forced to return and now live under authoritarian rule. If there is an argument or quarrel, soldiers and police are always on patrol. If they hear it, they'll just drag you away. Then they demand ransom money, 2 to 3 million kyat. If you can't pay, they beat you even if you haven't committed a crime.
Nearly 250,000 residents in Karenni State have been displaced from their homes since the 2021 military coup. The regime has extended the deadlines for advance voting until mid-October for Myanmar citizens overseas. But most of those living abroad have told TVB that they will not participate in the regime-scheduled elections.
When we surveyed the majority of Myanmar citizens in South Korea, we found they are not interested in advance voting for the regime elections. Most do not seek help from the Myanmar embassy in South Korea. Submitting Form 15 requires addresses in Myanmar, parents' names, and other personal data. This raises security concerns.
Inside Myanmar, the election campaign period has begun on October 28th. All independent media have been forced into exile since the 2021 coup. The Independent Press Council of Myanmar states that at least 40 journalists are in prison and 7 have been killed over the last 4 years.
Whether an election is free or not also depends on press freedom. It depends on how much press freedom is allowed. An election that doesn't allow press freedom is not a free election. It's not a credible election. For an election to be free and have integrity, there are many criteria. One of the most important is the presence of journalists, and also the right of political parties to campaign and compete freely. It is clear. It's just an election in name. It doesn't meet any democratic standards.
In the Karenni state capital of Loiko, the military has reopened the university's distance education program. They call this a sign of stability in a region that has been home to intense conflict between regime and resistant forces.
They
They
reopened the university because they want to show that Raigor is stable and peaceful. So they order all the Raigor University students who were attending classes in Tongji to return. It's over 300 students. There are exams next month and everyone must take them at Raigor University.
The UEC states that a second voter registration list will be announced in November after consultations with relevant regime ministries and pro-military political parties. But election observers say it's unlikely to change the outcome of the elections. A credible election needs voters, information, and trust. But in post-coup Myanmar, the voter lists are wrong, the media isn't able to fulfill its role as watchdog, and the country is still at war against an illegitimate regime. Naypyidaw says the vote will go ahead despite the international cause of it being a sham election. The outcome is predetermined, a pro-military government that legitimizes its ousting of a democratically elected government in 2020. The people's votes never seem to count in Myanmar when the military wants to usurp power. For DVB English News, I'm Nora.